Right, let's get one thing straight. Most fighter jets, the big shouty ones from America and Russia, need a runway. A massive billiard table smooth strip of exquisite tarmac. They are like pampered supermodels who refuse to walk on anything but a red carpet. But not the Gripen. This Swedish lunatic, this airborne Viking, can land on a normal bit of road, a public motorway. Imagine you're stuck in traffic on the M1 late for a very important meeting, and suddenly a 30,000-pound screaming metal triangle drops out of the sky and lands in the fast lane ahead of you. It's not science fiction, it's Tuesday for the Swedish Air Force. This isn't just some party trick they pull out to impress visiting dignitaries. It's a core part of its DNA. Sweden is big, full of trees, and sparsely populated. During the Cold War, they assumed the first thing to be bombed would be air bases. So the Swedes decided they needed a fighter that didn't need an air base. It had to operate from anywhere. A quiet stretch of country road, a reinforced bit of motorway, a frozen lake. It's not a Volvo. So what is the Gripen? Well, it's not a Volvo, that's for sure. You won't find any sensible beige paint options or a boot big enough for an IKEA flat-pack wardrobe. The name Gripen means the Griffin, a mythical beast. Body of a lion, head of an eagle, wings of an eagle. That's a pretty good description. Ferocious and powerful on the ground, majestic and deadly in the air, single-engine, delta wing, fighter shaped like a paper dart on steroids. Designed to be light, agile, fiendishly clever. The whole point is balance. Now let's talk about the clever bits. This is where the Gripen starts to embarrass the competition. Speed is great, but a fast idiot is still an idiot. The Gripen is a flying supercomputer. Its real weapon isn't a missile or a cannon, it's information. The jet is packed with a dizzying array of sensors, radars, data links, all talking to each other. It's not just a plane, it's a node in a network. A Gripen pilot doesn't just see their own radar. They see what other Gripens see, they see what ground stations see, they see what friendly naval ships see, like a video game with cheat codes, a map of the entire level, tactical data link, one of its brilliant features. Imagine 4 Gripens on patrol. One has its powerful radar on, scanning for bogies. The other 3 fly with radars off, silent, electronically invisible. Thanks to the data link, all 4 share the exact same picture. An enemy might see one radar signature and think lone wolf. You might think a lightweight, single-engine jet from a small, neutral country would get absolutely mullered when put up against the heavyweights. You would be wrong. Spectacularly wrong. The Gripen has a habit of showing up to international war games and completely humiliating aircraft that are twice its size and 5 times its price. There are countless stories from exercises like Red Flag in the United States. Time and time again, the little Swedish jet has punched well above its weight, leaving some very experienced pilots in very expensive jets scratching their heads. One legendary tale: Gripen versus the Eurofighter Typhoon. The Typhoon, a twin-engine beast built by Britain, Germany, Italy and Spain. It's designed for pure air-to-air dominance. In simulated dogfights, Gripen pilots used incredible agility and smart tactics to get the better of Typhoons. They used the data link to coordinate attacks, staying silent and using surprise. Typhoon pilots, used to raw power and speed, were often killed in the simulation before they knew Gripens were there. Brain-beating brawn. But it's not just dogfighting. The Gripen is a true multi-role aircraft. Air-to-air combat ground attack reconnaissance missions. A pilot can be engaging fighters 1 minute and guiding a laser-guided bomb the next with a targeting pod. This versatility is a massive advantage. Other air forces need separate specialized aircraft for each job. Gripen can do it all. All right, let's put it head-to-head. The main event. Split-screen Gripen versus F-35 versus Su-35. American champions: F-16 Fighting Falcon, F-35 Lightning II Russian heavyweight, Sukhoi Su-35. And in the middle, Gripen. On paper it looks like a mismatch. They're bigger, often faster in a straight line. Carry heavier payloads, but a fight isn't won on paper. Let's start with cost. An F-35 costs a number with a lot of zeros. Its operating cost per hour is astronomical. You could probably run a small town for that. The Gripen costs about a third as much to buy. Its cost per flying hour is one of the lowest. You can fly 3 or 4 Gripens for the price of one F-35. More pilots get more flying time, more jets can be in the air at once. Quantity has a quality all its own. Then there's technology. The F-35 is all about stealth, designed to be invisible to radar. That's great until it isn't. Infrared sensors. When the Gripen first started appearing at international exercises, the reaction from the established military powers was one of disbelief. Here was this little jet, from a country famous for sensible cars and flat-pack furniture, and it was running rings around their billion-dollar toys. Pilots from the US Air Force, pilots from the Royal Air Force, pilots from other air forces who were used to being the kings of the sky were suddenly finding themselves on the receiving end of a serious lesson in humility. The debriefing rooms after these mock battles were a sight to behold, filled with stunned silence and frantic scribbling in notebooks. One of the most widely cited analyses came from Pierre Sprey. He despised complexity and expense in fighter jets. He saw the Gripen and fell in love. He called it a masterpiece of common sense. It offered low operating costs. It offered ease of maintenance. It offered networked warfare capability. So how did they do it? How did a country the size of London build a fighter that could rival superpowers? The answer isn't one thing. Clever choices, a culture of innovation, Swedish pragmatism, clear, unwavering vision. From day one, Saab and Sweden wanted one thing: affordable, versatile, easy to maintain. Defend Sweden's vast territory from dispersed makeshift bases. They never lost sight. Not a multinational compromise like the Eurofighter or the F-35. Those must satisfy many air forces' demands. Gripen was built for one customer, Sweden. Decision-making was fast and lean. No endless committees arguing about 2 engines or which radar. Designers focused on the job, not politics. Saved time and money, avoided bureaucracy. Saab didn't reinvent everything. Best-of-breed parts sourced worldwide. Infographic component breakdown with country flags. It should come as no surprise then that the Gripen has become a very attractive option for air forces around the world. For any country that isn't the United States or China and doesn't have a magical money tree growing in the finance minister's back garden, the Gripen just makes sense. Czech Republic, Hungary, South Africa, Thailand, Brazil. They've seen a jet that offers 80 to 90% of the capability for a fraction of the cost, and they've signed on the dotted line. For these countries, the appeal is obvious. They get a brand new, highly capable, supersonic, multi-role fighter that is easy to operate and won't bankrupt them. Low running costs mean they can actually fly them, keeping pilots well trained and combat ready. A fleet of shiny Hangar Queen F-35s you can only fly a few hours a month, versus a fleet of Gripens constantly in the air, honing skills. It's the difference between owning a Bugatti Veyron you're too scared to take out of the garage. So what is the Gripen's ultimate legacy? It's simple, really. It rewrote the rulebook. It proved that you don't have to be a superpower to build a world-beating fighter jet. It demonstrated that cleverness, efficiency, and a relentless focus on the user can triumph over brute force and bottomless budgets. For decades, the world of fighter aircraft was dominated by a simple equation. More money equals more capability. The Gripen broke that equation. It introduced a new variable, intelligence, not just artificial intelligence in its computers, but the human intelligence of its designers. The Gripen has fundamentally changed the global fighter market. It has created a new category of aircraft, the smart, affordable fighter. Life cycle costs, ease of maintenance, software upgradability. It has shown that you can deliver incredible performance without demanding a king's ransom. Nations no longer have to choose between buying second-hand, outdated jets or bankrupting themselves. The Gripen offers a third way, a sensible, achievable path to credible air power in the 21st century. Its influence can be seen in the design of new aircraft being developed today. Networked warfare, sensor fusion, pilot-friendly cockpit interfaces, the idea of continuous software upgrades to keep an aircraft modern rather than expensive physical rebuilds is a Gripen philosophy now adopted across the industry. It was a trailblazer, a pioneer of the digital age of air combat. In the end, the story of the Gripen is the ultimate underdog story. It's a testament to what a small, determined nation can achieve through sheer ingenuity and a refusal to accept the status quo.